Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to NFL Thoughts. Today, it's going to be a little different. I am going to record another video right after I'm done making this video. I got to get this video out and then, of course, the Cowboys prediction out, because we play tomorrow. Got a big day. So, beating the Giants is now a big thing, because they are a good football team and we got to show and prove that we can beat a good football team like them. But yeah, nonetheless, let's get down to the NFL Week 12 predictions. So, of course, if you didn't see my video from yesterday, last week we went 10-4 in our predictions. Pretty good. That's pretty good. That's been technically my best. That's been my best. Winning. That's been my best week so far this year. So, with that being said, let's get down to my NFL Week 12 predictions. Bills versus Lions. Okay, we know who's going to win, but I am going to say this is going to be a high-scoring football game. There's going to be a lot of points in this game because we know what the Bills' offense is capable of and how their offense can produce, and we know the Lions can produce as well on offense. Both of these teams have struggling defenses. However, you could maybe say that the Lions might be doing well as of late, better than the Bills. But I'm still going to give it the fact that overall the Lions defense has also been struggling, just like the Bills has as of late. But nonetheless, I think both offenses are going to shine in this football game, but the Bills are going to win this game because their best is just going to be a little bit better. Giants versus Cowboys. I will speak more formidably about this game in my incoming video. But for us to beat the Giants, we got to stop Saquon Barkley. And the Giants are coming off of a game where the Detroit Lions were able to hold Saquon Barkley 15 carries, 22 yards. So we gotta obviously figure out some type of scheme to be able to shut down Saquon Barkley. Otherwise, we don't want to be that team that let Saquon Barkley, go off and run for have a great rushing performance on us after the Lions just held him to 22 yards rushing. And we know we are a better defense than they are, and we just got to prove it out there to shut down Saquon Barkley tomorrow on Thanksgiving. And if we can do that, and I believe and I do have confidence that we can do that and are more than capable of being able to, put up a scheme to try to stop Saquon Barkley, because he's kind of basically all of what the Giants' offense is. If you can stop him, you kind of can stop their whole offense. I mean, there of course is Daniel Jones to worry about. He's got that sneaky athleticism, where when a play breaks down, he can extend the play and take off and run whenever he wants to. If he sees a lane, he's going to go and get it. So we can't allow no lanes for Saquon or Daniel Jones to be able to run. So, we'll try our best to do that. Hold on real quick, guys. Anyways, in order for us to stop the Giants, we got to stop their two runners in Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. And so if we can force Daniel Jones to have to throw the ball against this relentless pass rush, then we definitely will win this game. All right. Now, this game could be tough. This could be a tough matchup. This could be a tough game that we may win down. That we might have to win coming down to the wire. This is a tough game. This is a tough team. You know. And we can't, overlook the Giants. They are a good football team. When you're 7-3, you are a good football team. So, yeah, we gotta, stop Saquon Barkley and stop Daniel Jones, and we do that, we'll beat the Giants. And of course, I'm going to make my prediction right now that the Cowboys are going to win. And so hopefully, a really good Thanksgiving. Patriots versus the Vikings. I thought real long about this as far as who I felt like was going to win this game. But basically, I dialed it down to, the Vikings might have a much more well-balanced team than the Patriots because they have a good offense and they have a great receiving core with Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, KJ Osborne, they got a great receiving core and a great passing attack, and they also have Dalvin Cook that they can run the football with as well. I think that this Vikings offense is really good going up against a Patriots defense that's also really good. So this game is going to be about the Patriots defense versus the Vikings offense. But it's also about the other sides of the ball, which is how I'm going to make my prediction that the Vikings are going to win this game. Because I trust their defense. They're average at best, but I trust their defense more than I trust the Patriots' offense. It's sad, man, because I was really pulling for Mac Jones. I really thought that he was going to take a step. He was about to take a step forward this year individually, but he's by far taken so many steps back this year. If it wasn't for this Patriots defense and how they've been able to play, this Patriots team would not be 6-4 right now. And I got them dropping to 6-5. So Vikings beat the Patriots, and Texans versus the Dolphins. Texans are gonna get killed. They're gonna get roasted like a Thanksgiving turkey. Alright, especially in that blazing hot sun and heat and humidity in Miami, Florida. So, and the Dolphins have guys like Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki. Tua Tagovailoa is having an MVP caliber season. Highest rated, quarterback in the NFL right now. I mean, just been playing, just incredible. He's been playing incredible. And this Dolphins offense has been great. Their defense leaves a lot left to be desired. But at the same time, I think that it will be enough to stop the Texans. And the Dolphins should win this game in a blowout. So I got the Dolphins winning. Bengals versus Titans. An AFC divisional playoff rematch, of course, from last year. Now, last year when these two teams met, it was a pretty good game that came down to a game-winning field goal kick. Of course, by Evan McPherson. And what can I say? It was a really good game. It was a defensive slugfest. Joe Burrow got sacked 9 times, and they still won the game. I mean, it was great. It was great. I won't lie to you. It was a great game. I think that it's going to be a great game again, just obviously not up to the level of that game that they played last year because that was a playoff game. This, meanwhile, was just a regular season game, but I still think it's going to be a nail-biter finish. But the Bengals have a high-flying offense that can contend with the Titans' defense. So I have the Bengals winning that game. Broncos versus the Panthers. I'm not going to lie to you. This was a tough call. This was really difficult for me to pick because both teams are bad. Both of these teams are horrid. Both of these teams are especially horrid on offense. But I think that the Broncos might just bring a little more to the table than the Carolina Panthers. I have the Denver Broncos winning this game. Don't know what's up with Russell Wilson. But yeah. I think they should bring just a little bit more than Carolina and pull off this victory. Falcons versus the Commanders. Now, of course, I talked about in my predictions video for Week 11 that the Falcons just play better and they play so well at home. It's literally almost flipped the exact opposite when they play on the road. They play, for the most part, terrible on the road. And this game is going to be played on the road in the toxic waste dump that the Washington Commanders call an NFL stadium. But nonetheless, the Falcons are probably going to be so disgusted by, the Commanders stadium that they'll probably just forfeit the game and the Commanders are going to win. But in all seriousness, the Commanders started the season 1-4. And ever since Taylor Heineke has gone back to being the Commanders' starting quarterback, ever since he's been back, the Commanders just have played well. They've played so much better. It's like they respond so well to Taylor Heineke than any other quarterback. And in my opinion, they should just let him be the long-time starter, for the rest of this year and even next year. The Commanders' ability to win the ugly games and just have that sheer will to victory is just so much better than the Atlanta Falcons. And they're playing at home. So, which isn't saying much, but I got the Commanders winning. Buccaneers versus the Browns. Browns have been in a little bit of a topsy-turvy world ever since their 2-1 start. Since their 2-1 start, they've played 7 games and they've lost all of them. Okay, my fault. They've only won one game. One game. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers, since Tom Brady and Giselle got divorced, it looks like he's back to playing like Tom Terrific, or at least the Buccaneers are playing like the Buccaneer Bad Boys or something. I don't know. But nonetheless, they've been winning ever since after the whole divorce attorney thing. And yeah, so they've been on a winning streak. And I think that winning streak is going to continue after they're done with the Cleveland Browns. So I got the Bucs winning. Ravens versus the Jaguars. The Jaguars are a oddly good football team that just at times doesn't know how to win. They're a good team. They play good enough to win games. The problem is that they don't win the games for the most part. So they should give the Ravens a fight. The Panthers for a while gave the Ravens a fight. So I think the Jags will give the Ravens a fight, but the Ravens are just too good. I think that they will beat the Jaguars to improve to 8-3. The Cardinals versus the Chargers. Now I mistakenly written this Cardinals versus Chargers when it's actually Chargers versus Cardinals. I know what's really the difference, but this game is going to be played at Arizona, which the Arizona Cardinals do not play very well in. They did not play very well last year when they played at home in Arizona. And I don't see that changing all that much, but I think that this will be a good game. If Kyler Murray said he is going to be coming back for this Charger game, I think that this game is going to have a lot of offense, but the Chargers are going to win this football game. Saints versus the 49ers. Saints, I mean, y'all been so it's been a roller coaster with you guys. I'm not going to lie. It's been a roller coaster. But I finally feel like I know exactly when to pick you and when to pick against you. And this is one of those weeks where I got to pick against you. So I got San Francisco winning this game that, like I said yesterday, they are quietly maybe the best team in the NFC in my opinion. Not the Eagles. They are quietly the best team in the NFC. Their ability to run the ball effectively, their defense, their pass rush, just it's really, really, really good. And they're going to be at home in SoFi. So I got the 49ers winning. The Rams versus the Chiefs. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. At the start of the season, we would have called this game probably a possible game of the year. Before the season started, we would have talked about this maybe being game of the year, possibly. Almost a repeat of what happened 4 years ago when these two teams met on Monday Night Football. But sadly, that is not going to be the case. One team is very, very, very good right now, and then another team is really, really, really bad. So the Rams, they lost Cooper Kupp for possibly the rest of the season. They lost Matthew Stafford to another concussion. They have no offensive line. They have no run game. Their defense is really shaky. I mean, they've just been an absolute joke this entire season. I mean, I predicted them to have a Super Bowl hangover, but I didn't think it was going to be like this. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. I mean, this has been terrible. This has been absolutely terrible. I mean, it's been hard-pressed to say the least. But I have the Chiefs winning. They're clearly the way better team. And their offense is definitely going to have put on a show. That Chiefs defense, not normally known for being a stingy defense that keeps opponents off the scoreboard, but against this Rams team, who was just, and like I said before, is an absolute joke on offense, they should definitely play well enough that this game should be a blowout. It's played in Arrowhead, so that's a tough place to play in, period. And you got a team who's obviously been struggling and has just been playing horrible this year. I think back to the beginning of the season when, before the opening kickoff game of the NFL season between the Rams and the Bills, and they were talking about how the Bills are favorites to win the Super Bowl this year, and Jalen Ramsey was talking about, they talk about, don't get me wrong, they're a good team, but guess what? We're good too. And man, that did not age well. That did not age well with him making that comment, because they have not been good. All right, they have not been good, and that's putting it lightly. So, yeah, I think that the Chiefs should definitely blow the doors off the Rams in this game. But you never know. It's the NFL. This game might just very well come down to the last possession. But I have the Chiefs winning. Packers versus the Eagles. I was going to call this a win for the Eagles, but nah, screw that. Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers, and he had a bad game on Thursday night. He had a bad game, okay? If there was any game for you to wake up and get back to full form again, it's against an NFC East elite, just like you did a couple weeks ago, or like a week ago. I don't know. But, yeah, so against another NFC East opponent, Aaron Rodgers can wake up and, play phenomenal again. Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers, and for the most part, he does very well against the Philadelphia Eagles. For the most part, he does very, very well. And I think that this game should be no exception. This is my upset pick of the week again. Packers upsetting the Philadelphia Eagles in this game on Sunday Night Football. Steelers versus the Colts. This is going to be probably a very boring game. Both teams with struggling offenses, both teams with solid defenses. But I think that the home team, it's advantage home team. Colts are going to win this game, but it's going to be very low scoring. It's going to be very hard to watch with your very eyes if you are a person that loves a lot of scoring and a lot of offense. The first game of NFL Week 12, Bills-Lions, is the game that you want to see. And then the last game of Week 12, Steelers-Colts, is a game that you probably do not want to see. But nonetheless, I have the Colts winning that game. So I got the Bills over the Lions, Cowboys over the Giants, Vikings over the Patriots, Dolphins over the Texans, Bengals over the Titans, Broncos over the Panthers. Oh, I forgot to talk about the Bears versus Jets game. Oh my God. My apologies, guys. That is so unprofessional of me, isn't it? Very unprofessional. Anyway, nonetheless, you got two teams who, the Bears have been playing games on the offensive side of the ball, and unfortunately they have no defense to show for it, so they've been losing, of course. And then the Jets, on the other hand, they have a really good defense, but a trash offense. So I think, though, that the Bears defense should play better against Zach Wilson. Play better against the Jets. Now, I believe Joe Flacco is going to be the quarterback, though, because Zach Wilson apparently is benched. He's not going to start against the Bears. So Joe Flacco might play in this game. But nonetheless, I have the Bears winning. The Bears have a strong rushing attack that's still first in the NFL, by the way. And I think they'll be able to run very well against the Jets. And, come on. The Bears' offense has been playing very well, for a while. At some point, they got to eventually win another game. So I have the Bears winning this game against the Jets. Zach Wilson is a fraud. I thought he might have, turned a new leaf, but he hasn't. So I have the Bears winning that game. So yeah, I got the Bears over the Jets, Commanders over the Falcons, Bucks over the Browns, Ravens over the Jaguars, Seahawks over the Raiders, Chargers over the Cardinals, 49ers over the Saints, Chiefs over the Rams, Packers over the Eagles, and Colts over the Steelers. I ignored that Raiders-Seahawks game on purpose because I do not want to have to talk about Josh McDaniels and them lost to those terrible, terrible Las Vegas Raiders. But Seahawks should win that game easily. So, or it could be a shootout because the Raiders do have a pretty good offense. But yeah, I got the Seahawks winning. So that is my predictions. That has been my time. And like, subscribe. This is NFL Thoughts. Out.